CBS Sports gave the Cowboys a D minus. Do you agree with that? Let's talk about it. Hey, thank you for stopping at JMacSports247 as we talk about the Dallas Cowboys and other sports teams that are not the Dallas Cowboys, but want to be like the Dallas Cowboys. CBS gave the Dallas Cowboys a D minus, and now that we are, a day from Sunday, 2 days from Sunday, today is Tuesday, and we removed from our feelings and able to sit back and really provide a good perspective of what we saw, a good analysis of what we saw. I would like to know what your grades. How do you grade the Dallas Cowboys overall? Do you agree with that D minus that CBS Sports gave the Dallas Cowboys? Now, you saw the Cowboys. I mean, you had your expectations how they were going to start the season. I had my expectations how they were going to start the season, and that was based off of how they finished last season and how what I saw in training camp, what I read about in training camp, and then, we did go through four or five games in preseason. We didn't see our starters, and so that was a coach's decision. I was at an owner's decision. So because he's a head coach, I'm going to put the blame on Mike McCarthy that, you didn't play your starters when we have new players on the offensive line, right? So as I started, I stated in the earlier video, continuity, breeds confidence, right? And an understanding of what you're doing and expectations when you have continuity, and we don't have that, and actually we don't even have an identity. What is our identity? Earlier video I did note that we need to get another quarterback in the interim to help out, to give us some sort of life or help the Cowboy family, because right now we're like drifting. To hear the news that Dak Prescott got hurt. I mean, on top of the ugly loss that we took, the L that Tampa Bay gave us, and then to hear put salt in the wound that your quarterback has gotten hurt because of our linemen cannot pass block. Our one of our running backs cannot pick up a blitz, cannot pass block. It's so disheartening. It's so draining, and you see untrue Cowboy fans jumping ship because they can't take the weight of hearing from trolls, from Eagleville, from Steelerville, from the Commanders. They can't take the heat that's that we're going to get. I've been doing this for a really long time. I mean, a really long time. When I say doing this, I mean being a Dallas Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan, since I was knee high, and so yeah, we give them and we have to take them. And unfortunately, if you ain't got a heart built of stone, you're gonna wither and you're gonna fade away, and you're not gonna be able to take the heat. Especially if you live in a city that has a football team and they're rabid about their team. You got to be able to take it. And persevere. You have to go through it, because there is a horizon, and we haven't seen that horizon in 27 years. We have not seen that. We have not tasted that prosperity yet. It's been such a very long time, and only seasoned, and I'm going to use that term, seasoned football fans, Dallas Cowboy football fans, know what that prosperity looks like, okay? And if you was born in the 90s, in the late 80s, or even born in the 70s, you may not know what that prosperity would look like. You don't know what it feels like. But when Dallas is winning, when they smoking, when those boys are smoking, oh man, those haters, wow, they can't stand it because we large in numbers, right? Our fan base are large in numbers, and they can't handle the truth, right? When the Cowboys are smoking, but we ain't been smoking for a while, 27 years. So when they've been for 27 years, I had to eat it. Those five times ships, man. That's what we got to throw in their face and shut them down. And then, the moniker America's team, you got to shut them down. Well, they put America's team on prime time. First game of the season, right? First prime time game. They know them boys gonna get ratings. They know the GOAT gonna get the ratings, and then pair it up with America's team. In their home stadium. The Dallas Cowboys stunk it up. And so CBS Sports have graded us a D-. And before I give you, before I say I agree with that and give you my grades on individual players and positions, I did note in an earlier video that let's go after Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick. Heck, I'm okay with go with both. Because I am not comfortable with Rush and Greer as our quarterbacks while we waited out for and lose opportunity to possibly get in the playoffs because we have unproven quarterbacks, and so again, I'm gonna give shout outs to my man Daryl McCaddy who brought that up. Like, yeah, and here it is Tuesday, and I have not seen anything on the wires or in the news or articles on if Jerry Jones Stephen Jones, his son, is making an effort to try to go after one of those two, not both. But there was a legend, a Dallas Cowboy legend, that also suggested that we go after Colin Kaepernick or Cam Newton, and that was no other than number 88 himself, the original number 88, Drew Pearson. Hail Mary, Drew Pearson. The guy who pretty much used to shut Philadelphia down. He made a suggestion at Fox News. They wrote an article. There was an article, I'm going to paraphrase Drew Pearson. Call Kaepernick. Call anybody out there. And he also goes, he used to be a quarterback himself, and he also threw 3 touchdowns. Call him. Now, I know he was being he was being facetious calling him because, he can't do what he did any longer. But he's on board with calling, one of those two. And I'm for that. I agree. Do you agree with Drew Pearson? Because, he's a legend. Not me. Not my suggestion. He's making that suggestion too, Drew Pearson. So we, I would like to get him, I'm not happy with what we got right now, and I don't want to lose an opportunity to make a run, okay? I just don't have it as Cooper Rush. He's our backup, and while he's a nice guy, I don't think he has the skill set to do what we need done. Because right now, the Eagles looking pretty good right now. Even though they struggled a little bit against the Detroit Lions. And then to see the comeback for the New York Giants, I thought they was dead. I thought they was dead and done. But somehow, I didn't watch the game. I don't know who breathed life into the New York Giants, but they won their game. So everybody in the division won a game. Heck, everybody in the league scored at least 1 touchdown. We did not score a touchdown. The only team, America's team, did not score on primetime TV. Did not score a touchdown. How embarrassing! How disgusting! And so, if a starting quarterback didn't produce a touchdown, so what was Cooper Rush going to do? Losing Amari Cooper, losing Cedric Wilson, La'el Collins. It's hurtful. It's shameful. It's embarrassing to go out there, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell Jerry was thinking. I don't know. But here's the rub. Here I go with my grades. when I'm watching football, I watch the game within the game, and I know a lot of you guys do that too. Real football fans watch the game. I'm not. There's two types of fans, in my estimation. There's fans like myself who want to watch the game within the game, and then there's the Cowboy fan who would rather go out to a bar and watch the game with a bunch of friends, drink beer, and talk about the game, right? And not really focusing, and maybe they're recording the game at home and gonna rewatch the game later. But when I would be at a bar watching the game, it's because I couldn't find it on TV. Those days when I didn't have either satellite TV or cable, and I had to try to find a spot who's showing the game. That's the only time I'm there. The only time. I don't, no. So I say that to say when I'm watching the game, I don't need any distractions because I'm trying to see things, right? And it's not a personal thing. Don't take it personal. My family, my friends, it's not a personal. I don't like receiving phone calls. Did you see that play? No. And there's by chance I'm okay with that if the boys are smoking, they're rolling, they're tearing it up, But if I see that, if I'm on hands, on needles here, I'm thinking like, don't call me, don't contact me, don't ask me a question. I want to watch the game. I want to analyze this game to see where we're going, what's going on. I want to watch the game within the game. And I say that because I was looking at certain players on defense this past Sunday night, and although Michael Parsons was tearing it up, he was doing his thing. He's Michael Parsons, he's Michael Parsons, and I'm apprehensive to go out and buy a Michael Parsons jersey because every time I buy a jersey of a player that I really like, he's no longer with the team not too soon later. And my first jersey like that was with Roy Williams, number 31. And I've been a Cowboy fan way longer than Roy Williams came aboard, but, I finally, bought my first jersey. And that thing, it was a white jersey, number 31. That thing fit well. It fit well. I love the way that jersey fit. It felt good. It fit well. It looked good. And I like Roy Williams because I was a defensive player. When I played football, I was a minded player. And I played cornerback, and I played the edge, and the left edge. And so that's why I just naturally gravitate towards defensive players, and I would tend to watch them a little bit more than offensive players. And so I'm going to throw this name up there, Tank Lawrence. We know what Michael was doing. If Michael was never drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, who do you expect to hear name called? All right, you had your whole off season, you had training camp, you had preseason. You got your mind right? You know who's on schedule. You playing Tom Brady, the modern day GOAT, right? You're playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know they got a good team. You're playing at home. It's the first game. It's not only the first game, it's a prime time game. And get this, you play for America's team. That's what you play for, America's team, right? And so you got all this. How do you not get mentally sound, mentally fit, as we say in the Marines? You get mentally fit, right? To do your thing, to get focused, to get that loud Alzado focus. Not only like seasoned OGs know that name, Lal Alzado, Howie Long, that master look, Randy White, that stare, that like you burning a look, you're looking at someone and you see they're transparent. You can look right through them and you see what's behind them. You get that look. You get so focused, that micro focus, because you got this game coming up. It's a primetime game. It's Sunday night. Everyone's watching. It's the first game of the season. You playing Tom Brady, the modern day GOAT. You playing for America's team. All eyes are on you, as Tupac would say. All eyes on me. All eyes on you, right? And then You Tank Lawrence. You're supposed to be the best player, but you've been surpassed. Michael Parsons, the best player on the team on the defense, right? But still, you Tank Lawrence. How often was his name called? Does anyone recall how often was his name called? I do not remember hearing his name called. Chris Collinsworth. I don't remember him, Chris Collins. I remember his name being called. I really don't. So I was really displeased that I didn't see him. I read articles and I saw interviews where Michael Parsons and Tank Lawrence going to meet at the quarterback. I didn't see no meeting at the quarterback. Did you? I didn't see any meeting at the quarterback. A few years ago, Leighton Vander Elst, if I can say his name. I mean, wasn't he supposed to be like a top tier linebacker, a player for us? He's a starter. I didn't see him, doing any disruption in the backfield. He has some tackles. Certain names, certain players you want to see shine in games of this magnitude. You really do. You expect that, And Tank got it. When you getting paid, what Tank getting paid, you got to show up, baby. You got to get a sack. Did he get a sack? So, as far as I know, he's healthy. I don't know. Okay, here's my grades. I'm gonna break it down before I give over a grade. I'm gonna give my defensive line a D. They gave up 100 yards rushing, and I hate that. I hate giving up 100 yards any day. I just hate that. So B plus. I can give the defensive line. You gave up 100 yards. They only gave up one touchdown, the entire defense, other defense, to Tom Brady. So that says something. That's worth something, right? What is that worth to you? To give up only one touchdown after 4 quarters to the modern day GOAT. Okay. Our secondary, I'm going to give a B plus. I'm going to give a B plus to our secondary. The linebackers, Michael Parsons, do I need to say it? A plus. Is there anything higher than an A plus? Write in the comments, let me know. Because Michael Parsons deserves that. He knew the magnitude of this game. He knew it was prime time. He knew he's playing for America's team. All right. And he knew he was playing for his second time in his career, playing against the modern day GOAT. He showed up. Michael Parsons, Dalton Schultz showed up. Zeke showed up. Offense. I'm going to give Zeke a B plus. I'm going to give Tony Pollard a D minus. Tony Pollard needs to know how to block. He needs to learn how to pick up a blitz. He needs to stuff a linebacker. As small as he is, he needs to learn how to do that. He needs to do it. Stand there and do it, Tony Pollard. Okay. I know a lot of my Cowboy fellow fans would like to see Tony Pollard surpass Zeke as our starting running back. That's lunacy. I have to say it. Yeah, we have a mutual understanding that we like the Dallas Cowboys, a mutual liking, but that's stupid to think Tony Pollard can start as a running back in the NFL. This is not college. And it's eye candy when you see him break a run and catch something out in the flat and he use his skill set. But to be an everyday 2-3 down back in the NFL, no. A back also needs to be able to pick up a linebacker coming unblock. All right, he needs to pick up that safety. Emmitt Smith could do it in his sleep. Zeke can do it in his sleep. Tony Pollard, don't go to sleep because you can't do it when you're awake. Okay. Our wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, F. Yes, he had a drop pass that could have kept a drive going. He had an offensive pass interference that could have kept a drive going. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper's not there. They have given you that number one spot, dude. You need to go ahead and show up. You need to shine. You need to shine. Number one, that's what Daz did, Drew Pearson did, the playmaker did. And you're wearing at number 88, man. You got to show up and you got to demand that damn ball, man. You got to, like the playmaker did, you got to get with it, man. You can't go to the quarterback and do that. And I heard Michael Irvin mention that. You never went to Troy Aikman, but he would go to the quarterback coach, or the wide receiver coach, and he would say something to them, He would never say directly to Troy Aikman because you don't do that. So don't be stupid, But you go to a coach and say, I'm open, and you go for the ball. So CeeDee Lamb, man, okay, we got 16 more games, okay, 16 more games. Two, you got to do better than that. You're number one receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. You got to do better. You wearing number 88. Quarterback, Dak didn't look good. Before I knew there was any inclination that he had something was wrong with his hand, Dak didn't look good. I'm going to get Dak, he had an interception, so he had to get a D, right? Dak got to get a D. Dak is better than that. Way better than that. He proved that. He played against the modern-day GOAT last year. Well, he put up 300 yards. I forget what it was, but he put this great number. Dak is better than that. We all know Dak. He's the best quarterback in our division, right? He's a top 10 quarterback, period. I don't care what anyone else says, And Dak know how to play under duress. He does do. He's I think Football Focus had him the best at playing, when there's a blitz coming. He's the best, okay, period. Better than the modern day GOAT, okay, right now. So he can do better. But coming off of this injury, I don't know how he's gonna perform when he's back, because he didn't look good. We didn't see him in the preseason. So overall, I give the Dallas Cowboys. I agree with CBS Sports, a D-. I agree with them. They don't deserve anything else. Offense, overall, yeah, D-. And I'd like to see, I'm hoping that we improve. But, Cooper Rush is getting all the reps this week. And so make sure I'm hoping they put into plays suited for Cooper Rush. And I'm hoping that he's on page with CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz and Tony Pollard is willing to go ahead and take one in the mouth, because, that's what you got to do. You got to be willing to take one in the mouth, And so, I mean, they got their paychecks. They got their paycheck. So that being said, hey, put your comments in. I hope you give me your comments on, if you have grades of the Dallas Cowboys. I appreciate it if you go ahead and give me a like on this video and share it. Tell your friend about it, and possibly subscribe. I'm having fun with this. I enjoy talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and I believe that people do stop by and like the Cowboys. Either you love the Cowboys or you hate to love, you love to hate the Cowboys. So it's one of the two. And so that's what this channel is all about. Now, of course, we don't have to always talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because there will be college basketball, at some point, and my Tar Heels look pretty good. We was in the national championship game, and so we missed another chip, and we got all starters coming back except for one, because he was a graduate student, and so his eligibility is used up. So I'm looking forward to see how Heels do. I think we're going to make some noise and beat Dookie, So, all right. So, hey, please, just, let me know how you feel about the video. Give me your critique. I'm trying to get better, what I need to do better with this, Give give me a like and give me a share, and subscribe if you feel up to it. Two fingers. Peace.